Renanim, ¿cómo está? And hello, welcome back to another episode of Grace Daily. Glad to have you joining us today with us. If you are a regular listener and you regularly attend our church, I'm very glad to have you here. If you are listening and you have not yet attended our church, I would really like to invite you, or I do invite you. I would love for you to come out. Our English services are at 9:30, but if you prefer Chukis, that is at 11 o'clock. And so we'd love for you to come out and join us for those services. If you're coming back with us, we've been looking at Philippians Chapter 4, verses 1 through 8 this week. That will be our text on Sunday. But for now, we are looking at Philippians Chapter 4, verse 6. And Paul tells us this: be careful for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. The older I get, the more I find myself being concerned or careful. I'll look at a kid climbing up on something and I was like, be careful, don't do that, you're gonna bust your head. And then I think to myself, what an old man. I used to do the same thing. It's good for kids to do those things, to a point. And the older I get, the more I find myself being more careful about stuff. And that is where Paul is at today. He's writing to us, he's finishing up the book, and he's saying, hey, my friends, be careful for nothing. So this word that Paul is talking about, it's a good word. It's used about 19 times in the New Testament, and it's merimnate. And it simply means to have concern, or to care for something, or to be full of care. And so, hence, it's translated, at least in our version, as be careful. And again, it's our old friend, the present imperative active. And so it's saying, continually listen to this command that I'm giving to you now. Wow, those chickens are really going, aren't they? I don't know if I'll be able to edit that out. So anyway, this word is used many times throughout the New Testament, but we see kind of a pattern. For the most part, when it is used about concern for people, it is a good thing. In chapter 2, verse 10, we learn that Epaphroditus was concerned or cared for the people. And Paul said, hey, that's a good thing. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, 1 Corinthians chapter 12, we see that this word is used in conjunction with caring about people. And so what we're taking away from that, Paul says here, be careful for nothing. Now, this word nothing, if I'm remembering right, it can be translated nobody or nothing, so it's not specific to things alone. But we know that in the context of using this word then, as we look at the usage, that it often is talking about care for people, don't care for stuff. Don't care about situations and circumstances and things. Think about people. And so here we also have a couple of different unique words for prayer. We have prosouque, which is one of the most common words for prayer in the New Testament, and it's just what you think of when you think about prayer. Praying, closing your eyes, bowing your head, prayer. We have another one, this English word, supplications. It can mean kind of like the specific request, and this is the word deesse. And then we have aitemata, which means requests, like maybe general requests. But then also we're given the word thanksgiving, which in another passage is also used as a form of prayer. And so as we kind of wrap it up, it's not a long one today, as we wrap it up, I want us to think about what this is saying. Because yesterday we looked at rejoicing, even when that's hard. And today we're looking at not caring about hard things. I think we've all been in circumstances, maybe we are in circumstances, where there's a hard thing that continues to come back into our mind. And the only thing that I can tell you is what the Bible tells us to do. And so maybe you are having to put a payment down for a loan. Or maybe you maybe you're sick and you haven't made as much money on this pay period, and the ship hasn't come, and so prices are more expensive, and this continually comes up in your mind. What are we to do in this? It doesn't mean that we're not to care. It doesn't mean that we are to just forget about it, but rather we are to continually lay it. We are to continually bring it before God in prayer. Anytime that worry, anytime that fear, anytime that difficulty pops up, it is a prayer, it is a request, it is a supplication, and it is a thanksgiving that we bring before God. And He promises to hear us. And so, my friends, I know it's easier said than done, but at the same time, when we do what God commands, we will find the blessing in it. And so today, whatever you are worrying about, one other thing that I want to encourage you, as the church, our job is to bear one another's burdens. When you bring that, again, a great reason to be there on Wednesday nights. We share deeper requests. I am to rejoice with them that rejoice, and to weep with them that weep as part of the church. We are to bear one another's burdens. And so as you come, we bear your burdens together, we bring them before the Lord, and we see what God does. And so today, be careful for nothing. Don't let it eat away at you, but rather by prayer, request, supplication, and thanksgiving, give it all to God every time it pops up into your mind, and watch God work. Grace and peace, my friends.